During our few days at the top of the Cape, we took the opportunity to hop on the ferry and do a day trip across to Thursday Island. With a population of just over 2,800 people, Thursday Island is situated approximately 40 kilometres off the mainland of Australia and can be accessed from Acacia by ferry, which takes just over an hour. Although it lies off the coast of Queensland, along with other islands of the Torres Strait, they are not recognised as separate states or territories and fall under the management of the Queensland Government. While on the island, we visited the old Green Hill Fort, which was built between 1891 and 1893. The fort acted as part of Australia's defence against possible Russian invasion. Without firing a shot in anger, the fort was decommissioned in 1927. It's well worth the visit to look at the old cannons and walk through the tunnels and see the old memorabilia. The next day we're headed south on the mainland again, towards Moreton Telegraph Station, where we'll stop overnight before continuing on to Musgrave and then head west along the Dixie Road.
You wanted clean windows, didn't you?
Yeah, coming late.
Yeah, we're just coming through that new section.
Yeah, no dramas. We just lined up at the Jardine. We'll pull to the side and wait for you guys. So just waiting for the ferry to come back across.
Coming forward, sir.
Where are we going? When you get to that Y, I'm just wondering, looking on the map, you want to just check out that track on the left. Looks like it goes in somewhere where we might be able to have morning tea. Watch. When travelling in the outback, it's always important to leave gates as you found them. These gates were closed by the last vehicle in our convoy. A little way down the track, we were contacted on the UHF by a young fellow at Collada Station and asked us if we wanted to come in and have a look around.
Okay, so we went around the boundary.
That's 3 million acres.
And that's pulling up the fences. Like, you're not ripping around. So, it'll take a few days. One section's bad, or, flood crossings are bad, so you just work it. Yeah. Two mechanics, 3 cooks. As you can see, if you'd like to come in, would you? Want a coffee or anything? I can show you the kitchen where it all happens. Come on. Out on the road, waving his hat at me. I slow down, and I'll do it, and I don't want what's wrong? He goes, my car's on fire, my car's on fire. I go, right, the first thing I asked is where are you from? He goes, Sydney. Well, that gave me a bit of an idea. I hop out and he goes, I go, where's this fire? I can see it. And then he says, just wait there. I'll turn on the car and you smell it through the aircon. Okay, mate, that's just a smoke pouring through the aircon. Here you go.
So we've just had a tour of the Kalata station from a young boy who's now taking us to our campsite via the back gate, Kalata. Achtung.
Morning.
Here we are at the Mitchell River, which you can see is a little dusty at the moment, but apparently there is water in it. Just waiting for, as you heard, we're waiting for the bull dust to settle before we can move on.
Can everyone have a little think about where we might stay tonight? Matt says he's got people coming and he doesn't know if we'll all fit here tonight.
Oh, they don't cut down the tree.
The Mitchell River crossing at Kalata is a long one. It starts off soft and sandy, but once you get to the water, you hit the plastic matting designed to protect the crossing from washing away. It feels like you're floating.
How far does it go
Keep your eyes peeled for
on?
crocodiles.
Anyone made a decision yet?
No.
Really?
At least the car gets a wash.
Very blue or very clear. I don't know.
So we're now heading back to the homestead to camp for the night at the homestead because there's not enough room here. And Matt, the station owner's son, is off through the front yard at the homestead.
Bye! Bye, Jack.
So this morning we're leaving Kalata after our interesting night at the station, and we're now going to Normanton and then possibly Karumba.
This is Spanish standoff.
just on the bank. We are coming into Karumba. Looks like we're probably going to stay the night here, so before moving on to Normanton tomorrow. With the camp all set up at Karumba, it was time for the kids to drive us up the Norman River to enjoy a sunset croc spotting cruise.
Sit around while she's steering. Can't go there without having me too.
While we didn't manage to see any crocs, we certainly were treated to an awesome sunset and enjoy a few light beverages as well.
She just doesn't like people.
The next day it was back on the road and headed to Leichhardt Falls. On the way, we were graced with an up-close and personal look at this beautiful wedge-tailed eagle. Not too keen on straying too far from his roadkill feast. We're at our campsite at Leichhardt Falls, in amongst the wildlife. A couple of skippies. We're now trying a hand at fishing. I've just spent our night at the Leichhardt Falls, which were dry and only just a bit of water in the lake area. We're now heading to Burketown, through Burketown and then down to Lawn Hill, where we're staying for 3 nights. Just regrouping up here on the road and we'll be off.
Rubbish dumping point.
Tuesday.
Get off the road! Sorry, we just had to slow down for a cow in the middle of the road.
Just a bit of roadworks on the Burke Mills Development Road on the way to Lawn Hill from Burketown. Just going in to find our allotted site. Site number
3.
3. There's 1, 3, 4 and 5 is up here. There's 3. After setting up camp, it was time for a walk to the Upper Gorge Lookout. Lawn Hill is truly a spectacular oasis. but the best way to see it is really from the water. So we hired some canoes and headed up the river. A big one. We are, we've canoed up the river. It's a beautiful valley, waterfall. There's Taryn.
What flavour? Would you like it?
The archerfish were literally a hit with the kids, squirting water from their mouths, hoping to get a feed.
Something just spat at you.
It was one of the
We're back on the road again after a couple of nights rest at Lawn Hill, and now we're heading down through Riversley to Mount Isa. And we'll spend one night there.
Huh?
There's the toilets.
Oh,
Campsite.
yeah.
When you drive through this dry, harsh, arid country, it never ceases to amaze you by the beautiful tropical nature of some of the many water crossings.
Just remember it's a narrow causeway. It's floating.
This is pretty cool.
Oh, it's not that narrow. Is it strong?
Reasonable. Feel it.
Well, that was a good find out.
Yeah, but you're going to get dusty again.
Just when you think you're finished, another one to go. Coming into the O'Shanassy River crossing.
No, it was at the Gregory one. Stay on the road.
Changing gears and looking. It wasn't long before we came up to some cattlemen mustering a large herd of cattle. It's easy to forget that most of the country we're travelling on is actually private property and used to graze huge numbers of livestock destined for the overseas market. How you going, guys? We're the 3 cars sitting out on the road here. Are you happy for us to just keep crawling along the right-hand side here, or do you want us to stop?
Mate, you're right. Keep waiting, boys.
Huh?
No worries, thanks, guys.
Did you understand that?
Yeah, no worries, mate. Just keep poking through. After our quick overnight stay at Mount Isa and restock, we're now on our way to Booyah for the night, and hoping to get into the fossil museum down there and also hear about the Million Lights. Set up and looking at there. Welcome to Booyah, people.
Down.
You eventually closed it down. The Oasis Stockroot Facility, or Kakuri Bore as it's locally known as, was drilled in 1954 to a depth of 815 metres. Its current flow is about 27 litres per second at a balmy 85 degrees. Just up the road is the Kakuri Homestead Ruins. Built in 1877 from local limestone by Hector and Norman Wilson. It survives as an important link with early settlement and is evidence of the hardships experienced by early pioneers. We continued our journey south towards Birdsville before deciding to take a sidetrack. The track took us out through an old quarry and up a couple of winding climbs. It was certainly a welcome change of pace from the bone-rattling corrugations of the air development road. Eventually, we found ourselves reaching the top of the plateau, which provided stunning 360-degree views of the Birdsville area. Gaze out of Birdsville. Got the forest of Waddy trees over there. You can call it a forest. They extend right down through there. We are coming into Birdsville. I'm trying to throw down some quick lunch and then get out to Big Red. After a quick bite for lunch, it was time to head out to the Big Red Sand Dune. Situated 35 kilometres west of Birdsville and standing a whopping 40 metres high, it is the iconic destination for avid four-wheel drivers for the challenge of the climb. Recent rains have left the eastern side of the dune looking more like a lake than a desert. Now let the fun begin.
Oh, the black smoke.
Of course, we're not going to show you all the unsuccessful attempts because we'd have to add an extra 20 minutes to this video. It's hard to believe, but under all that water is the site that the Birdsville Big Red Bash concert is held every year. Here at Birdsville Caravan Park in the morning. We're packing up and heading to Cameron's Corner. It's Clayton all set up, starting to pack up. Ryan over there. And us. And that's the sunrise, which is probably blinding right now. Well, after our night at Birdsville, we're now heading out of Birdsville and heading off towards Haddon's Corner, which is the corner of Queensland, South Australia border. So, got about 200 odd kilometres to go towards the Tuta. driving on an emergency airstrip. I can't see any planes, so
None behind.
About 10 kilometres west of Batuta, you'll find the Dreamtime Serpent, a magnificent piece of artwork created on the side of a hill. The serpent isn't painted. Instead, it's created with all different types of gravel and gibbers that are found throughout the Diamantina Shire. We are at Batuta. Thought we'd stop in at Batuta and have a look. The old Batuta Hotel is all that's left of the Batuta Township. Once a Cobb & Co change station, in the 1800s the township had 3 hotels, a police station, a general store and a post office. While the pub has been closed for quite a few years now, rumour has it that it will soon be restored to its former glory. Turn off to Inaminka or Haddon's Corner. Same thing, different location. Turn right.
We are turning right.
Here we are at Haddon's Corner. So we get a campsite with the border of Queensland and South Australia. And there is the exact point.
You are turning South Australia.
There's the book to sign. Extra small hand to get the pen. After signing the visitor's book and taking a few photos, it was time to repair a water leak on the camper trailer and check on a few rattles under the patrol, all the while being watched by local wildlife. Before long, we'd set up camp and enjoy and get another outback sunset. Well, we've spent our one night at Haddon's Corner and not without its issues. On the way in, we ripped a brake wire off the trailer and also had a leaking water tank on the camper. So yeah, had to fix that and get all that sorted, but other than that it was a good night. And we now head to dig Deep Tree down here in Aminka for 2 nights.
We are at the Dig Tree, Burke and Wills Dig Tree.
The Deep Tree was the site of the Burke and Wills depot they'd set up during their expedition to the north of the country and back. The carvings in the trees, which were done by Bray, marked the location where he buried the rations for Burke and Wills for when they returned. The next day we headed into nearby Inaminka for fuel and supplies. Before visiting the site where John King was rescued and the final resting place of Burke and Wills on the banks of the Cooper Creek. We're leaving the Deep Tree and heading towards Inaminka just to get fuel, and then we're off down the Strathclyde Highway to Cameron's Corner. We visited Cameron's Corner and then down to Fort Grey where we're going to stay tonight. Here we are at Moomba. It's the Moomba gas oil plant. Here we go south down the New Strathclyde Highway, track you might call it. We could have gone down the old one, but we didn't, we went at the right time. Until we took the turn off to Merty across to Cameron's Corner.
It's grading the road.
The Strathclyde Highway, and we're just coming towards the turn off to Merty and then around off to Cameron's Corner. Fairly good road, big bulldust pits you've got to watch out for. Other than that, fairly solid. Occasional rough bit. Just in time.
19 to Cameron's Corner.
We're now on the road from Merty to Cameron's Corner. Interesting road. Big corrugated.
Guessing?
Still Cameron's Corner Store, gateway to the far door.
Okay.
Crossing into Queensland. Now we're back in Queensland. Shortly we'll be back in New South Wales. In fact, if we walk back down there, you'll be able to walk from New South Wales to Queensland to South Australia in 3 steps. Here we are at Cameron's Corner with Clayton, who managed to get a flat tyre in a car park. Turned out to be a Phillips head screwdriver. Someone had left. And you can see there that we've plugged it. As far as we can get the plug in. So now it goes. Moving sideways. And he's now putting his spare on. Tam will demonstrate opening the gate.
Opened lots of gates along the way. For what?
We've now left Cameron's Corner and on our way to Fort Grey, which is about 35 k's to stay for the night.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
And got a roo about to come across in front of me. He's going flat out.
Slowing for a road crossing. The eagle's having a go at the roos.
Eagle's having a crack at him, which you couldn't see on the video, but so we'll tell you about it.
Turning left to Fort Grey Campground.
Nancy Lucy.
Righty tighty.
Now he's more from Molly, don't you?
No wood fires allowed.
Kidding.
Pay box.
How much?
Well, we're leaving Fort Grey for Broken Hill, which is our second last stop for this holiday. Last stop is Swan Hill. We're going to go luxury and stay in cabin.
Hey!